Okay. So the call was really good last night. I was really excited to, just hear the things that the company had put in, surprised us with. So she kind of went over how good they are, and a few things that are just like really, really vital. That are just vital for our businesses. And we were just trying to figure out where's the disconnect. Okay, sorry, I was just reading something. But we were just trying to figure out the disconnect in terms of how the team is going, because her page, Young and Free, is just kind of dead. Like all you see is people posting, if someone has joined or if someone has promoted or fully charted, and it's not really resourceful anymore. So she was just kind of talking about that, and how they can get, I guess, back to kind of helping everyone, because it's definitely been a lack on that. Like Young and Free back in the day used to be like super duper resourceful trainings, everything, which is still on that page, but it just hasn't been anything recent. So
it was like the Millionaires Academy?
Yeah, it was like the Millionaires Academy. We had training every Sunday. Probably even training almost, sometimes she would kind of do it during the week at times too, if it was something, vital. It was a lot. We had op calls probably every week. If she wasn't doing it, someone else was doing it. So it was a lot that she used to do back in the day that really, that she's just kind of slacked on this year, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I just wanted to go over these few things that I wrote down. So the first thing that I wrote down, the first thing that I had wrote down is, so back in the day, we used to have $120 free product credit. So when you come in as a new distributor, you had 30 days to get this $120 free product credit, and it used to be for your products. So why they took that away, I really don't know, because I think that was a huge incentive, because people would not only feel like they were getting their $100 back right out the gate from the wraps, but they will also feel like, oh snap, I'm able to get free products. So I guess, maybe the company kind of thought about it like, that really hurt some people because they weren't running their auto shipments. But I feel like it helped some people, because I know personally when I had first got it, I still have my auto shipment on, and I use those products just as like more, more of a stash kind of to do parties and events and things like that. So that's where this $100 shopping spree that they have now is going on. So they're pretty much, I guess, trying to do like a trial and error to see how it works and how many people are like really serious about doing it. So I think the $100 shopping spree is huge, because they can get products or they can get clothes. But of course, I think some people will probably, go to the clothes part because, clothes are expensive. So it's kind of, it's a win-win, I think, for newbies, because I missed that 120 credit, because I used to always say like, yeah, girl, like that was a huge incentive for them to get their 4 LCs, is to get that product credit in 30 days. So the fact that they're doing this $100, I just think that that's just a great way to tell people like, you're getting the free wraps, you're getting the finding gels, and then you're getting $100 when you get your first 4 customers. So that's huge. She had even said that she had saw some people going live and talking about it. So an example, she was saying that their live would be called like $100 shopping spree free. And I was like, okay, because I definitely said I want to start going live more often, because I do see that I get more of a return when I go live, and people talk to me more, and I get prospects or distributors when I go live. And it's because I don't go as often. So I think I do need to go a little bit more, because every time I go live, I do seem to get distributors and even potential loyal customers. Then she was talking about, has everyone downloaded the Wired app? Wow. Okay, sorry. I had this huge
I'm
event.
gonna say pretty much all the leaders probably have.
Yeah, so all the leaders should have it, but we need to focus on making sure that new distributors or the distributors in the group has it. And the reason why is because the Wired app is like huge for when they, drop, these big things, like, this big announcement they had yesterday. Or she was also saying that, of course, it helps you keep track of your bonuses. She said it was one other thing. I didn't write it down, but I just put Wired app. But I think it's just something huge where people can get news firsthand instead of like just waking up one day and being on Facebook, unfortunately. So I think we should go ahead and push the Wired app just because they're able to know if they got their first 4 LCs. They're able to see where they're at in terms of the bonuses. Then they can see firsthand what's going on. The other apps aren't as huge. I mean, of course, I have all the apps just because I'm just going to have all the apps. But the Wired app, I don't really even get on that much. So I think I need to start getting back on it and use the push notifications so that I can get those firsthand things. And then she was talking about the June goal and how we definitely need to start, pushing that as well. And because not June goal, but just each goal each month, because these goals have been very, very thorough, instead of us just seeing the steps to success, which sometimes is kind of boring because we're like, okay, we see this every month. We know we just need 4 LCs, 3 DTs, but at least the June goal is like, going into personal development and saying like, what's 30 things you want to be, just it's doing so much more and making you, go and blitz. I mean, that little section where it was like, I'm going to blitz how many people this week. Like, I really feel like that's a great sheet to help you stay accountable. So I'm definitely going to print that out. That's why I just got my paper. I'm going to print that out, and that we need to tell the newbies and tell those that are in the group, like, maybe instead of even trying to go for the steps to success, because that's already on it, why don't we just start with the June goal, or each goal for each month. And then my next thing that I had was, and this hit me gold, because a lot of people do come to me, because I actually just had a girl text me a few hours ago and say like, I really want to jumpstart my business. Like, what do I do? And I'm just kind of like, well, just work your business. Like, what can I tell you? So she was saying, those that aren't working but want to start back working, instead of kind of like giving them, going over and giving them all these things that they need to do, just start asking like, what's your solution? What are you going to do, rather than me or any of you guys going and telling them what they need to do. Because I mean, us saying, yeah, you need to go do this, you need to go do that. They know that already. They know that they need to do the steps to success. They know that they need to talk to people, period. So just kind of asking questions like, what's your solution? What is your plan? What are you say that you need this company or this, business, but what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, but she also said to be to use that in another way too. That's basically with, instead of holding like the newbies' hands all the time, but to actually ensure that they're learning things. So when they get when the stuff comes out, like what came out about the $100 shopping spree, asking them like, what does that mean to them? Because they can go back and say, oh, it just means, when somebody signs 4 LCs, when they sign 4 LCs, they'll get $100. But really, like, what does that mean for you and your business? So if they come in as newbies and they sign 4 LCs, that means you also get $100 because they became Fast Start qualified and you helped them to become Fast Start qualified. So she was pushing like really making sure newbies understand different parts of the business. So stop like always talking, but listen more.
Yeah. I mean, because that was my next thing. Well, kind of. My next thing was going to be we need to stop being the message and be the messenger.
Yeah.
So stop trying to be the boss of them and start being their business partner, meaning, you know, I can't just go and say, all right, Aaron, you need to go do A, B, and C. Aaron, your name's right there, so that's why I said your name. But I can't go tell you, you know, you need to go do A, B, and C because this is your business. So, you know, just being that messenger, like, okay, you know, this is what you need to do. And just kind of holding them accountable because we're all grown. So I shouldn't have to hold your hand, or anyone shouldn't have to hold anyone's hand, because we all, you know, have our own terms of success. And a lot of people, it's crazy because when I see and talk to a lot of people who don't even have sponsors and they're successful, I mean, just look at Alina, like her sponsor, is this police officer in DC. And it's so funny because she goes on and off. She goes on and off. And so she's actually back doing her business, but it's crazy because Alina is now ambassador and the girl had only got to double diamond. So, and I'm quite sure she's probably not still at double diamond. So it's just huge to know that some people really can do it, but they just have to be self-starters. The next thing that she had, well, that I had wrote down was using the party pad for newbies. Using party pad. Few newbies in the party pad. Okay, so what she was saying is we need to start meeting in person more. So that's why I was writing in the group, and I was like, that's so huge because I feel like I know personally, when I am with you guys, like in person, well, with, you know, teams in person, I do seem to get more excited, more pumped. You know, I want to take 1,000 pictures. I want to go live. And it's just, your spirit is just overfilled when you're with other people in the business and you're doing events and just even getting together. So she was saying that we could even do, if you can't book any parties, you're having trouble booking parties, or your distributors aren't booking any parties, then you can get together 2, 3, 4, or however many is of you guys and start doing like a party pad presentation and going live just like you're in a real party, but except you're just meeting up and doing it. So I thought that was just huge because that's what I definitely have been wanting to do, getting together with people in this area and meeting up. Because I used to do that all the time. I used to drive down to 757 area, and every time I was down there, I would meet up with them. And since I'm pregnant and Audrey, I can't do that no more. So I'm trying to get people to maybe like come this area or come down or come up, so that we are able to do that. Because since I'm not triple yet and can't do a one team, one mission, at least we can get together and have a mini party. You know what I mean? So it's so many things that we can do. And the reason why she put in the party pad is because, and I don't think, do I have it? Yeah, I do have it down there. But she put the party pad because, but that's what we need to start doing. We need to get back to basics. The party pad has literally all the notes that you need to do a party. It literally tells you step 1, step 2, step 3. And she was just saying that, you know, when we get back to basics and we show the new team members that you can literally do a party by reading a party pad verbatim, that's how easy it is. Instead of people thinking like, oh, I need to invite all these people and I need to have hors d'oeuvres and, you know, just fruits and veggies and all that stuff. And they don't need all that. I usually with parties, I never do that. I usually bring a few bottles of water, no fruit, no nothing to eat because you're about to wrap. So you don't need to be eating anything, and just do it like that. So I think that's where they're just trying to go to, being back to the basics, using the party pad, getting a few people together, taking pictures. Like, this is so fun and exciting because that's what it is. It's supposed to be fun and exciting.
I have a quick question. Just a quick question. With the party pad thing, I know Fallon was saying that she actually used it to talk to new people. like if she was in a Starbucks, she would go through the party pad. So was she saying she goes through the entire presentation?
What she was saying, see, let me go get it, because this lady has said it. Ambassador Diamond has said it. Okay. This Ambassador Diamond had actually said that that's how she used to get distributors, kind of before social media, and even kind of now when she does meet people in person, like potential distributors. But she was saying like she which part is it? I was during the party. So she literally, like, of course, like if you was in a real party, you would have the presentation from eSuite. But she was saying that she, literally goes step by step because it has pictures, this tape connected to it. But she was saying that she literally goes step by step and showing them what all that they have to do, because I think it's probably easier than just pulling out a presentation and saying, you got to do all this. Instead, you're just showing them like, girl, this is all we do. I got a little pad right here. And if you show them, like, we already got notes. So I'm reading to you exactly what I would do in a regular party or talk to a regular potential distributor or a loyal customer. It's already right here for you. So I think that's what she was saying is, it's easy to show them.
Yeah, I like that. So we would just like literally look at the party pad notes, and we can just print them out and paste them on the lines.
Yeah,
and just go through it. Yeah, okay. So that'd be good. That's really good.
Yeah, that's what I did. I think I need to finish it, but yeah, that's what she was saying with the party pad. So the next thing I wrote down was power hours. So I'm noticing that a lot of people are kind of starting to do what do you call them? Power hours. And basically what a power hour is supposed to be, where for an hour straight, we're on Zoom or on anything that we can, see each other, and just like texting potentials, texting follow-up people, just things like that, and working for that full hour straight. Is music in the background if you have any questions, of course that can get answered. And I was like, I like that. Because I've never even done one. I know Alina and them, or Fallon, just had one last week, I think. And I didn't get on because I forgot what I was doing. But Kayla, I know you were on. What exactly did they do? Like, did they have anything specific, or it was just quiet and everybody was just working?
Okay, so basically it was Jessica Edison. She had like another, I guess, like triple or whatever. And she would say, okay, so we're gonna play this song, and on Instagram we're gonna go follow as many people as we can while the song's playing. So she'd play the song, and then afterwards she would be like, okay, so how many people did everyone add? And they put it in the chat, and then the guests would give tips on how they did whatever the task was. And then they would say, just give tips, like if one person followed like 300 people, they'd be like, well, you want to build, relationships. So try to follow people that are, you can relate to and stuff like that. So they just did that for a whole hour. They would play a song, tell us like a task. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or make a post and with a certain hashtag, and then that's pretty much it. And then after that, it was done.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember someone telling me that. I remember someone telling me where music based. So like it would go from either, hip hop, gospel, whatever, but it would jump from song to song, and each song represented a different task that everyone should do. And I was like, oh snap, that's so smart. And I feel like that would make people more productive on the team if we did something like that. Because they can't say, I don't have time to work this business. We have free power hours. I was thinking of doing it maybe on the weekend, when people are feeling like they're not at work, or they have to get off work and do anything crazy. And it would be, of course, an option, so they don't have to get on it, but it would be smart to get on it, because we're doing a straight power hour where we're doing what you just said, Kayla, and I think I like that.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, and another good thing about the power hours is like it'll help people that aren't necessarily good at like time management. Because I know me personally, at night I usually I just let my phone play on shuffle, and I do, you know, like following and following up. But I do that because that's just me. But
Right.
some people, they don't really understand how to incorporate it and not make it, oh, you have to do it all day every day for 24 hours.
Right.
So I think the power hours would be helpful.
Okay.
Sounds fun. I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, I'll put that as a check mark. And it's funny because my sideline that I had talked to earlier, yesterday, she was saying that she had a power hour. Like, she was like, yeah, girl, we just had a power hour. And she claims it's really effective. So maybe instead of like training, because I'm tired of training, maybe instead of training, we can do that type of power hour, and we just come up with a day that is, you know, best for everyone, so that everyone can feel productive. And if they do have questions, I'm not just sitting here like, okay, you know, so we're literally doing something. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think that people, like you said, people be more productive, like, because they can see us doing it. So you're actually doing the work.
Right. Like, I can, you know, share my screen and, you know, say, well, if they're confused and stuff like that. So yeah, I will definitely do that. So my next thing that I had was, it says, instead of 400. So yeah, so they were, kind of what you were saying, Crystal, earlier, excuse me, about the 400 box. So
Oh yeah.
Megan was saying that she doesn't even tell people to be 400 boxes anymore. She doesn't tell them to be a 400 box, but she basically doesn't say the 400, like your goal is to get to 400. She'll just say, you know, just completing the steps to success. Like, let's just say, for example, you know, you need a ruby to your emerald or diamond. And so that person who's going to be your ruby, you know, those, what is it? Is it 5 people or 4 people that you need?
5.
Okay. 5 under you? Because I thought you and...
What are you talking about?
I don't know, however many people.
Don't confuse the concept. This is a good concept here.
Yeah, okay. So basically, she's just saying that instead of the 400, instead of telling people that, you know, their goal is 400 to help you promote, we need to just start saying that if you complete these steps to success, and you're saying that you need, you know,
4 LCs. That's what she's talking about.
yeah, if you need the 4 LCs, because once you get the 4 LCs, you know, that's usually when you get 4 LCs, I mean, that's not even 400. That's usually, because you're usually probably going to get a hair, skin, and nails customer, so that's 30. Then you're going to get a wrap customer, that's 54. So that's still not putting you at the 400 mark. So she was saying that if you just keep drilling steps to success in their head, and they're saying, you know, they need $300 or something like that, well, completing the steps to success, they're getting those 4 LCs, plus they're focusing on getting distributors, and that's $300 in their pocket for them, because, you know, the steps says 3 DTs, and then that's building up that 400 leg. So of course, in a perfect world, everyone doesn't think like that, but I just think that's so much smarter than just always saying, well, okay, this person is needed at 400. Instead of doing that, let's give them the potential of, no, your goal is not 400. Your goal is to just complete these steps to success. You say you need an extra $300 or $500, sign up 3 to 5 people, or bring in way more than the 4, or just saying in general, continue to do the steps to success if you hit your 4, instead of saying kind of now what.
Yeah, not to cut you off. And then she also said it's like a good like backup plan, which that's the part about it that I absolutely love, is that if you bring somebody in and you're talking to them, and you're like, hey, well, this is what's gonna what you need. I want to help you get $300. People are more so like, oh, $300, how do I do that? And you're like, you're gonna sign 3 distributors because you need 3. I want to help you get $300. If they do that, it's also a backup plan for you, because sometimes we know within this business, people tend to fall back, or they might fall off, or they might quit.
if they quit and they already have legs under them, that leg just moves up. So that helps you reduce a headache. Like you're already like, okay, well, so-and-so quit, but so-and-so had legs under them because they went after that $300. So that person just moves up and you're okay, like in your position.
Yeah, just basically focusing on stop saying that they're 400, because I mean it's easy to say, like, I mean, just looking at my top, you know, I have 4 strong legs because it's thousands of distributors under these 4 legs, but then I have that 5th leg that has nothing. And I'm trying to kind of actually build it where it's like the 4 legs, where it organically becomes a 400 just because it's a team under it. So that's what she's saying. And that's why I think that's how them top money eaters keep their volume, because they think that way instead of thinking, okay, I need to get them to 400, because trying to maintain a rank isn't gonna happen if you're just steady always thinking to keep these people at 400. Like, we need to start actually hitting that maintenance volume if you're trying to maintain. But speaking of maintenance, was that Fallon who said that, Kristen?
That she doesn't even talk to them about maintenance. Yeah.
So wait, are you sure?
Well, she said she doesn't tell her. Somebody asked her about maintenance, and she doesn't tell them about maintenance because she's like, don't worry about it. You're going to keep promoting. So why are you thinking about maintenance?
Yeah. You're right. So the maintenance part, which I think was huge, because, you know, I don't know. I know some of you have promoted to executive, but usually, maintenance actually starts at Ruby and above. And so maintenance is basically, for those that don't really know about it, but it's basically, so let's just say you went Ruby this or last month. So you can maintain that same rank if you hit 4,000 in group volume. So the thing about maintenance, it's a blessing and it's a curse. So it's a blessing because you don't have to get everyone back to that 400, and then you don't have to, you know, make sure your executive leg, just talking about Ruby, you don't have to make sure that executive leg is back to executive, things like that. So maintenance is a curse because let's just say you do have 4,000 in volume, but your executive has like 2,500. So you're not going to get back to Ruby because that executive leg can only give you 2,000. So you can only take 2,000 from them. And then that other 2,000 has to be from your top and your personal bonus volume. So that's what kills a lot of people in maintenance. So I think that's why Fallon was saying that a lot of people that she had, go diamond or get to a certain rank in the company, and when they lost either their bonus or their rank, they were crying boohoo and quitting because, one, back in the day, you could not get your bonuses back. Like, I mean, if you got your bonus back, it was because they announced it like September, October, where it was like harder to get your bonus back. So people were trying to get back to, let's say, diamond, but they were ranking at executive. So it was just impossible to get the maintenance, bonus back. So now Mark has kind of put into position where if you lose it this month, you can get it back next month instead of, well, it's gone forever. So Fallon is saying she's just trying not to teach people maintenance anymore because it's better to, if I just went diamond, okay, I need to start thinking about double diamond instead of thinking about 10,000 in group volume that I need to maintain. Personally, everyone, I know once you go diamond, usually you are thinking like, all right, my next chart is, but I really could not see me not teaching maintenance because that's just how we all maintain. I don't know, Crystal. I don't know.
No, I agree. I think you need to know it because you need to know your numbers. Of course, you want to push forward and shoot for the next rank, but there's no point in going to the next rank if you can't even maintain where you are now.
Exactly. So I don't know how she's going to go about doing not teaching maintenance because it's needed. Because you can get Like, just for example, diamond, you need 10,000 in volume to maintain diamond. You can go diamond with, I think, 7,000 in volume, which is crazy. But that's just how much it is. If everyone was at 400 and then, you know, everybody was at ruby, emerald, but you have to maintain at 10,000 and to keep that rank. And I wouldn't say that it's hard, because I don't want anyone to go diamond and above and not be at that maintenance rank, because it's just, you're going to be struggling forever. Like, I know way too many diamonds, not on our team, but well, on Young and Free, or anywhere else, they went diamond with that 7,000 in volume, and next month they didn't even get back to diamond. So that's why I think it's so much smarter that if you look at your chart and your volume is high, then I would say, okay, yeah, you need to go. But if you're hitting right at that cusp, I wouldn't go, because it's just not worth it to go get this nice bonus and then that next month you're struggling to get it back. So yeah, so that's the maintenance spill. We can get more into that once we go over, you know, where we want to be in terms of our goals for this month. Now, another thing I had wrote down that I had talked to one of my sideline sisters about, and I want to kind of get you guys' opinions. I know it is some executives up here, but how do you guys feel? She was saying that back in the day, because you know how Alina has a newbie to Ruby group, but she was saying back in the day, you know, how it was just like, it looks easy for everyone to go Ruby, but it's not as easy for everyone to go Ruby. So she was saying, well, you know, why don't we just go back to basics and just tell people the steps to success is basically helping them kind of do, you know, to solidify executives. So I was like, that's true. So she was like, her goal now is to start just helping, you know, when new people come in and, you know, they want to promote and they want to start seeing, you know, that 300 a month or, you know, the 200, which is usually what executive is now. Just starting them off at executive, like letting them just look at a chart and saying, okay, you need these 2 people. You can do 3 people to complete your steps to success. But if we start you off at executive, you know, I think that will just pump people's morale about the business. Because if they come in and their first month is thinking like, okay, let me, you know, go executive. That's the first rank. That's only 2 people, 800 in volume. That's easier and more doable than thinking like, let me try to go Ruby in 30 days or 60 days. When, you know, some people, once they look at needing 5 people, they're like, no, I can't. So that's why a lot of people used to quit back in the day too about that Ruby bonus, because the Ruby bonus, I think you needed to go Ruby in 60 days. And people were like not getting the bonus, and they were looking at it like Ruby is way too hard and things like that. So I was going to see like, you know, what you guys thought about that when we start like literally just pulling out executive charts for new people and telling them like, look, you know, this should be your goal. And then that way it'll just help people. And it looks good when we are posting that people are promoting each month. So executive, even though it's the lowest, you know, rank, it was the first rank. I won't say the lowest, it's the first rank. I think it just looks big for people on the outside, because they're like, dang, she did just join, you know, June 1st and now it's June 30th and she already done promoted in the business. Like, that's huge. So I'm really thinking about just kind of going in that direction. So yeah, y'all got any feedback about that? Should we start at the Ruby rank, or y'all?
I think it's beneficial.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I think it's a good idea. I think that would make it easier because I just, my potential DT call that I had just on, she was like, even though I explained about like, you know, what it is that we do, she was just like, so I'm just trying to understand what it is that I have to do to
Be successful.
the start. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think being able to show them the chart, like here, like this is where, you know, this is where you're going to start at and build. I think it'd be more easier and straightforward.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because I did used to look at the executive chart, but then once they did that Ruby bonus, I was like, oh, let's skip executive. But executive is huge. I feel like that is something that will definitely get people, excited. So that's going to be what I'm going to start bringing out is like, all right, like my new girl, I know she's probably feeling like I haven't done anything because I haven't yet because I'm trying to work and figure out how I want to do this, how I want to start onboarding people. But that was all that I have for my notes. I did want to just kind of go over our June goals and kind of figure out who all is trying to promote this month so that we know. So I know and I can put a mental picture by it and kind of, just make sure to hold you accountable for going to that rank if you get there or, if you're too close or, just things of how we can actually get you or your team members promoted this month. So is anyone trying to promote this month?
Everybody on the line better say they trying to promote.
Yeah,
you know my scoop net. I'm always trying to promote, but we starting from the bottom over here. So yeah.
Chrissy gave the praise hands. I guess that means she promoting.
Right. You
I don't even know why I didn't just say something. That's so funny.
Right. So Erin, are you trying? I'm in the nail shop, but I'm trying to reach executive. Okay, yeah. Erin, what are you trying to go for? Like, are you trying to get back to Ruby?
Right now, yes, I need to start there. I got to get back to Ruby, and then of course Emerald. So yeah, I have to rechart everything.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, even just getting back to Ruby is, a good start for your Emerald. Who was I talking to earlier? I don't know who I was talking to earlier, and I was like, oh, that was my timeline. So we were saying that it's, I think it's huge to actually start really focusing on getting to a solid rank instead of just still always trying to, I'm about to go here. So I think Ruby is a good place to start if you're already, charted for Ruby and just trying to be a solid Ruby. So Ruby, and then, you hopefully will have that 4,000 in volume. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Chrissy, it says raised hand.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking because that's a really good idea. Just going back to what you were saying about new people, because I got to meet with a new distributor after we get done with this. And if she want to promote, she's ready to promote, most definitely. Then I'm gonna talk her to do it executive. But I was also thinking about people that's currently on my team that has yet to hit executive, because I have a lot of people who's like one distributor away or two away or whatever, but and they all want to promote this month. So even if we like took a step back to look at our current team to get everybody that's ready to promote push to executive, like if they're not charted for Ruby or whatever yet.
Yep.
But it does make sense to get everybody to executive this month, because it can happen, because executives, if we all work together per team, you can make that happen for your team. But then it'll give them like a solid foundation instead of being fully charted Ruby and not even hitting executive trying to go Ruby. It makes no sense.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, I really, and then too, like once they hit that executive, and I'll probably even reiterate to them, like, even though executive is just 400 legs, don't stop there. So don't
Right.
say like, oh, I'm executive, yay. No, like just keep going with the volume.
Mm-hmm.
They could get to executive by the 15th. So,
yep. Yeah, and because I remember it took me back to when Crystal went diamond, because I know if we were able to do a double promotion like that in a month, it can happen. But you have to have those goals set. Like I had told a few people on my team last month, like, by the 15th in order for y'all to double promote. We need y'all at executive because, you know, you need that time to get the volume. So that's most definitely a good idea for our current team. And if we making all these rubies, so we can hit executive by the 15th and then hit ruby, then that's only going to help everybody else get to whatever rank they're trying to get to.
Yep. Because I met with 2 new people earlier today too, and I did the same thing. Like I didn't necessarily push the executive chart, but I did do the 3DTs. So let's get you $300 starting, and that like I think that just like focusing on exec and maybe that one extra if they can. If they do get it, then that'd be dope. So,
Right.
yeah.
And I mean, and even saying that, because it's so funny how we love fast start bonuses, but we overlook it so much.
Yep.
And if I really feel like if I was to say to a new distributor, like, because just like in that newbie questionnaire, when it was saying like, how much do you need to make? I mean, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to do that questionnaire. It was just golden.
Me too.
But it was just saying like, how much do you want to make? And if they literally say $300 to $500, like they can do that in a week. You know, all they have to do is just sign up those 3 people. And I know it sounds easier, you know, for us to say it, but new and fresh blood just they can tap into new markets that I know personally my markets are like washed out completely. But it's like those newbies, they can just come in and kill because they have not talked to people. And even if their family members have started using It Works products before or things like that, like I would tell them, like, do the guilt trip of, you need to support me. Okay. You know, like that's what I used to do. When I had first joined, one of my aunts was my loyal customers. Moose's, one of his best friends was my first loyal customer. And I think he really became a loyal customer, not only because I had actually did a wrap appointment, like it wasn't at his house, but it was like at this church, and he his name's Travis, so I know Crystal, you probably know him, but we were at this like church youth campus, and I did the wrap and on the person, and then he saw it. And then he was just like, oh, snap. So it was just kind of like, we need to start. That's what I'm really trying to do. Start getting back to letting people see face-to-face things, because I really feel like that's when they have no choice, because they're like, dang, I just saw that with my own 2 eyes, you know, and things like that. So what did you say, Christy? That's a good question. How much do you want to make this month? I like that question. It shows you what they're going to work for. Exactly. If they're saying that they just want to make, you know, $300, then okay, you can make $300 actually by tomorrow if you sign those 3 people up.
Right.
And then once they make that $300, they're like, dang, I want to make more.
This is really a game changer. Like, I just love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too, because just knowing off back, like even with your current team, like what's your goal for this month? Like what are you trying to work for? It helps you know off top like where their mind is at. Because like say you need somebody to hit for 100, but they only want to make an extra $30. It's like, you know, it's gonna be harder for you to be pushing to them like you need to get, because they don't care, like seriously. And it's so hard for you need to understand what each person wants, because that way you know what you're dealing with and what you're going to have to work with. Right. So that's a good question.
Right. Because I'm not going to lie. This is what I used to do. When I had first started, you know, Alina she was holding my hand, but she wasn't. So when I had went executive, Ruby, Emerald, you know, on my own, I kind of just was doing it as far as like, as soon as I saw my first executive check and I was missing, because actually back in the day, the executive average used to be 309. So when I looked at that check and saw $200, I was like, I'm missing $109, Alina. Like, what's going on? So I think once she had told me about the volume, that's when it opened it up to me. So that's when I was like trying to go over volume because of that. So I think like little things like that is something that we definitely need to teach to them and show them that you're able to do it. Like you're able to get that $300. You need $500 because your card just broke down.
I definitely agree. I was the same exact way, Antoinette, when I went executive. I was just like, hold up, my check's not right.
Right.
And then you had explained about the volume, and that made more sense.
Yeah. Because I mean, little things like that really can make or break some people. Like I've had some people quit because of that, because they're like, this is average, but I'm making, not average. And I'm like, it's because of your volume. So, yeah.
It's funny that you said that because I had 2 women at my job who did It Works before, and they were actually signed up on Arani as distributors, but they left the business because of that reason. Like they was almost charted to Ruby, but they got to exec and it wasn't what they wanted or what they thought it was going to be. And so they literally left the business. Only downfall was that apparently the people who on Ronnie's team at the time didn't explain that to them and didn't try to them, so they left.
Exactly. And so, I mean, but it's like, how much more can we say average? You know what I mean? Like, how much more? Because a girl that was supposed to go Ruby last month, like, she was like, I'll get to Ruby, but am I really going to get $497? And I'm like, no. Well, I'm gonna be real. Like, you don't have 4,000 in volume, and like, if we have to break it to them in a math concept of, if you think about it, if you have 4,000 in volume, you should at least be having, a 400, 300, in that range amount. Just do 10%. So, unless they get a retail purchase, then of course that's what's going to help, because they get paid more from that. So yeah, we definitely need to start doing that, because people will wake up and say, why?
I'm sorry. I'm so loud. I was going to say that's a really good point, because I don't, like, just as a newbie coming in, I didn't know what volume meant. So if I have 400 in volume and I know that's my goal, I'm thinking like, whoa, I'm going to get me a nice check. I hit my goal of 400, and then you get the check and you're like, that is $30. What is this? So just for them to understand what volume really entails, that's going to help. That's going to make them work harder, because when you know that 400 in volume is not going to get you the $300 more, that you want, or whatever it is that you want, then you're going to push harder to get the volume that you need to get the check that you want. So that'd be a nice push.
Exactly. It's National Donut Day, guys. Here. But yeah, seriously, like we really have to, because I mean, even the charting, like, how do you feel about charting? Kind of explaining that to your new distributors too.
Nope, not right away.
I agree, not right away, because I feel like I would, explaining it to them, I'd probably overcomplicate it, and I don't want to overcomplicate anything.
And overwhelm them. So
yeah.
Okay. So literally, I think we should not, because what's funny? I had did a little meeting for Crystal Jones' team. She got her new distributor, and I was in E-Suite, like, going over stuff, and I'm just like showing her all this stuff, and I'm not even thinking, like, she just came in, she ain't thinking about distributors. I'm showing her charts and everything, but now I know, like, unless they have people under them, that we're not looking at a chart. I mean, you can look at a chart and say, okay, I definitely do want this average amount, but
you can look at the exact. That's it.
Exactly. You can look at the executive, $231 a month average. So, okay. So Aaron, you said that because I'm writing it down, who I can hold accountable. So at least getting back to Ruby. And I know Brandy says she wants to get to executive. And so, Chrissy, are you going to, what you doing with Diamond?
I'm sorry, say that again. I'm having bad connection here.
This is just June goal. Like, I'm just trying to, make sure that I can keep on my radar that, who's trying to go to the next rank.
Chrissy, she is asking you,
I couldn't, hold on. It was kind of like going really slow. I couldn't really hear you.
Basically, are you on Diamond this month?
You said, what's my goals for this month?
Are you planning to go Diamond this month?
Oh, yeah. I've been trying for every month so far, except for last month. But yeah, this month month I am really trying. I think this month will probably be a good month for me to push, because I feel like last month helped me as far as like with personal development, so that now I'm able to help my team. So now that I know their weaknesses and what they actually need help with, I'm gonna be able to most definitely help them get to where they want to go, which is going to help me get to where I need to go.
Yep.
Exactly. And I think that's what we have to do. And you know what's crazy? Because back in the day, well, not even back in the day, what some people used to tell me is they flip their chart over. I'm trying to see if I have a chart, but I don't know if I have a chart. I don't have one right here, but they flip their chart over and think of it that way. So let's just say, you know, you're trying to go diamond, and when you flip the chart over, clearly that's giving you the rubies, the emeralds, the 400 boxes, and then you at the bottom. So I was like, that's so smart, just to kind of start thinking like, I need to reach out to these people. I need to talk to every single person on my chart. Because that's what Alina used to tell me, like, you need to talk to every single person on your chart, even if you didn't bring them in. And which used to make me feel like I'm overstepping my boundaries. But, you know, if you know that you really want to get to this rank, then you definitely have to talk to everyone, just kind of know their goals and stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's what I tried to do differently this month, because what I've been trying to do is with my leads is let them do their own thing. But so it's very rare that I'm actually reaching out to their team to talk to them, which I personally feel like that's a big reason why we've been like at a standstill, because I've been kind of like letting them get the feel of doing their own thing, because I've been like just, you know, watching and observing and helping those that ask me for help. But I honestly needed to know like what people really wanted from this. Like, do you even want to be Ruby? Like, is that something that you want? Because I don't want to help you get to Ruby, and that's not even something you want, so you don't maintain it. So then it's like I'm forcing you to become something you don't even really want to be. And I feel like that was like one of my issues I did. I was like helping people get built, but they were not ready to do that. You know, they were not ready to take on that leadership role at that moment. So now a lot of people are just starting to develop and they're ready. So now I know what people want and what they need. So hopefully that helps.
Right.
I mean,
And,
oh, sorry. I just wanted to add what she said. It's me.
go ahead.
But on the kind of like on the flip side to that, it's like you could easily ask someone, hey, do you want to be an ambassador diamond? Yeah, of course, we all do. But are you going to put in the work? One LC every 3 months isn't going to cut it to go there. You know what I mean? So I feel like even just asking people, they want to do this and they want to make all, you know, whatever rank, but they're not producing. So it's kind of hard for me to continue to, I guess, like, okay, you said you wanted to do this, so like, come on, let's go. And then they're telling you, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, what happened? So I'm kind of trying to kind of do what you said, Chrissy, is like watch and observe. And then if I see someone that's like, oh, okay, she killing it, you know, I see stuff coming through, then I can say, okay, so I can focus on you and actually help you go where you want to go because you're working.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what I had to do. I had to just like take myself out of the equation and kind of sit back and watch my team and see like who's going to really produce. You know, who's going to be able to really you do this month after month without me like being on them like, hey, you didn't do this, or hey, you forgot to do that, because like Antoinette said, this is their business. I don't want to be like I'm your boss. Like, that's not my job. Like, I want you to be your own boss, and to be your own boss, we gotta like sometimes sit back and observe those people that's going to really run, because not everybody ready to run.
Exactly. And another thing too that Alina had told me, and even well, did she tell me? I don't even know, because she's more so of a if it's on your chart, get it done. But excuse me, I know when I had first tried to go double diamond, was it last year? I think it was last year. And I had asked the girl who was going to actually be my diamond, I was like, you know, are you ready to go diamond? And she told me no, but she was like, but I'll still try, but I really don't feel like I'm ready to go diamond. And I kind of felt a little selfish, because I'm like, oh, you know, like it was so close. It was so close. But I really think the reason why I didn't go double diamond at that point in time is because I was like kind of building. I mean, that month I had got like 30 LCs, 5 DTs. So I mean, I was solid. Like I was going double diamond that month. And then it's just like, I think the reason why I finally didn't get there was because she knew in her mind that I know I can't go diamond. Like, well, she can't handle diamond. So it's like, that's why I'm really like even thinking about trying to go to triple diamond. I'm like, well, I don't even want to get to the next rank and I'm just bringing people along. Like they're not ready. Even some people aren't even ready to be 400 legs, unfortunately. And you got to go and, find them and stuff like that. So I think that once you finally get that solid team, that's when you feel like you should really start to push for that promotion. Because if you got to hustle and bustle, I mean, of course, 1 or 2 people, that's going to be evident that you're going to have on your chart that you need, to build yourself. But if you have like 4 or 5 people that you're trying to howl down and say, get the commission hold off of your account, or can you get one more LC, or can you run your auto shipment, just things like that, that should be evident. Like, okay, you know what? I don't need to go that rank. And I know it's heartbreaking because that's happened to me millions of times. Like I said, I was right there about to go double diamond and didn't get it. And I remember just like ignoring everyone, turn off my phone because I was so mad because I worked so hard that month. But it's literally, it's a team effort. And when you finally have that team of hard workers, even if it may take you as long, even though these gold bonuses have like a time limit on them, the crazy thing is they're going to have bonuses every year. So I wouldn't say just give up your plan of trying to get to that rank if it has a bonus connected to it. But I would also say don't go just to go if you know that if you and your team is not ready to go. Because I just know way too many people that did that and are not even in the business anymore because they quit, because they couldn't maintain their rank. Their distributors fell from the apple tree, and it was just crazy because they just couldn't maintain, and do what they need to do for their ranks and stuff like that. So, because I mean, even Alina is talking about with her diamond, usually we have a diamond retreat like we did last year. And she was saying like over probably over half of, probably even all of us had lost our rank of diamond or above before. Because I know I had lost it, but I'd never have a bonus with diamond. I think I had lost it once or twice. But she was saying that pretty much even there were some people there at the diamond retreat that was sitting at executive. And I don't even know why she even allowed them to come, but that was up to her. So, but now this year she's like buckling down saying that it's going to be double diamond and above. So that puts a little bit, more to it for some people. But I mean, then again, it's kind of like she's trying to do it big in terms of, these retreats, because it was really life-changing personally for me. So, but yeah. So
that's one thing like about the bonuses, because I love the bonuses, I really do. But I think it kind of like I got too excited to where I was to the point where like, okay, I need to go as fast as possible, do whatever it takes. I don't care, get the bonus. But then it was like I was going too fast almost, and it was almost like I wasn't doing it the authentic way. Like I was trying to build people and drag people along, and I'm over here all stressed out and nobody else is. So it's like the bonuses are cool and I love the time limit thing, but it's also like, okay, I need to do this the right way so that if I do get a bonus, at least I'll get it, I'll keep it. I don't want to just get it one time and then it's gone. So I don't know. The bonuses they're good, but it's almost like they're like some people took it way too far, and it's like they want to go way too fast and then end up losing it, and it's kind of like,
yeah, because I actually already know someone that who had went diamond this year and already went.
see.
So so the go fast, I think that's why they put in the go instead of the go fast, like, it's fast and then just regular go. But I still think that time limit is still a little off and harder for some people, because especially if you're starting from scratch and coming in. So that's why I said
All
it's
right.
so much easier to get the newbies. Because they have that fresh blood. So it's like some people who I know who are going in 90 days and they're fresh and new is because they have that huge network of people who have either not even seen it works or just things like that. So, Krista, you were saying something?
No, I was saying I agree about the little whole go fast thing because, like, even though Christy didn't make her diamond go, like, exactly when she wanted to make it or whatever, last month or whatever, I still wasn't, I was ready to be diamond, but once I became diamond, like, it's a lot. Like, it is a lot. So I feel like the importance of building a strong foundation matters most because it, like, eases the headache. So now I just feel like I'm working, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do like I was when I was a Ruby, but it's flowing more better now because it's not as complicated and everybody is trying to work and do their steps to success versus just trying to hit the goal for the check. Like, at first I was like, oh, I'm going to miss $30,000. But after like 2 days, I promise you, I was like, I'm good. Like, for the next, like, for double diamond, I was like, I'm good. I don't even care when I get to double diamond. Like, I was watching other people who were getting to double diamond that had came in with me, like the Tilly girl, Tierra Tilly and all of those. I was watching them like, oh my God, like, we started together and they're going faster. But then I was like, I'm good, bro. Like, y'all can have it because I don't know what y'all got going on over there. At least I'm enjoying my team and
Right.
building friendships and fostering relationships. Like, I was okay with that.
Exactly. And so that's why this is actually my first time getting a bonus. Like, I went diamond and didn't even get a bonus because they had stopped the bonuses at that time. So the bonuses are nice, but they actually said that the good bonuses is just to pay off your debt. And the residual income is to actually keep you afloat. So that's what Mark had said one time before. So, of course, hopefully one day the afloat can pay your debt too. But I just would not, run and cry if I didn't get like the triple diamond 50,000. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll wait for next year. So that's where volume comes in because actually me and my silent sister, we were talking about that and we were saying, you know what, we're not trying to go triple even because she's actually been double diamond for a year now. And we was like, we're not trying to go triple. We just want 40 to 50,000 in volume. And see, that should be goals like to maintain and just be able to, because you can actually, let's just say
the check thing. I was gonna say, can you explain the check thing about how they said you can be a diamond but get a double diamond check?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to go into. Yeah, like you can it's all in volume. So just like, for example, triple diamonds, they make on average 10,000 a month. Or let me bring it down to diamond. So diamond, they make on average 2,000 a month. Because I know personally my first diamond check was 1,200, so it wasn't even with the maintenance of 10,000. And so you can do, let's just say you're able to be a top income earner by being diamond. And the reason for that is because, of course, cabs, but it's volume. Volume plays a huge role in things. Like you could even still be emerald making diamond money of 2,000. So that's the huge thing is volume, just looking at like, okay, I know that I'm at a certain amount. Like, let's just say you're an emerald and you're at 10,000 in volume. So at least you know that you're about to have at least over $1,000. So that's what they were saying. Like, unless you are truly ready to go to that next rank, I will focus on building that volume, starting to get more customers, and making sure that your team understands to do that same exact thing. So then that way you don't get to that rank. And you see, that kind of plays in a part of, dang, I just went executive and didn't even get 231. And it's because you probably only had 800 for each box, and that was it. So
yeah, but then we got some execs that kind of get Ruby checks, Sabrina.
Exactly. You said Sabrina. Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying. So because that's what happened with me. As soon as I saw that I wasn't getting executive when I got the $200, I was like, that's it. When I go Ruby, I'm making, I'm gonna make way over because Ruby back in the day was $5.99. So I was like, I'm about to get way over, and I ended up getting 700. And that was because I was looking at my volume, and I was like, I want, a good amount of a check. And I just looked at my volume and said, okay, well, I know I can take a gander of what exactly my check is gonna look like. So that's kind of what I actually like. And some people, they say chase the bank rather than the rank. And then some people are, well, chase the rank because it opens up more levels. But after you get diamond, you're already in infinity of levels. You're just able to capitalize on your check from cap. Well, from when you go diamond and above, you just are able to get an extra $80 and up when people get fast start qualified. So that's literally how you build your check, is looking at your volume. I mean, of course, you want to help other people and stuff like that too, and of course help them do the same thing. Look at your volume. If you know your volume was at 1,000 or less, then you know that check will not be as much, because it, like I said, is pretty much 10% of the volume. So 1,000 would be 100 or less. So yeah. So did y'all have any other questions? I think because we went over the June goal.
Wait, you asked people what they're trying to promote, and you only got 2 responses. So nobody else trying to promote? I'm just curious.
Stop putting people on the.
She already know I'm trying to promote.
Right. Yeah, Jaleesa. Let me put down Emerald. Anybody else? I'm so confused.
I don't think Sabrina's on the line, but I know she's trying to promote.
Yeah, she's not on the line.
Yeah, Kelly Carter's on the line. He trying to go Ruby.
Well, yeah. So at least we know that Rosie just put up her hand. She said she's trying to promote.
I missed the question. What y'all say?
Sabrina trying to promote, Kelly trying to promote. We on the line. We in the car together.
Oh, hey, y'all.
The question was, what was your June goal? Like, what are you trying to, realistically, are you trying to realistically promote this month?
Oh, yes. My goal by the 15th was Ruby, and I actually charted for it today, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, they can't hear each other.
Hold on, someone went in and out.
Sabrina did. Sabrina, you have to unmute yourself. Well, don't know where she went.
Right. So we know that she's definitely trying to promote.
Oh, there I go.
There you
Can
go.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. My June goal would be, at least, I know asking to go diamond is kind of high there. So maintaining my ruby or even getting to emerald is what I'll be reaching towards.
I think you can do emerald.
Sabrina, sorry, I'm stepping in, but you will be emerald. Like, your emerald is already basically done, but 1 ruby.
Okay.
So you're gonna go emerald.
Yeah, but look, Crystal, look what you're doing already. You're supposed to let them feel what they feel.
Sabrina already know what it is.
I mean, I know, but I know I can get volume. Volume for me is easy.
You're good at getting volume. Yeah.
Very easy.
Yeah.
And I say I just need to push myself more out there, and go further than my area to get more DTs. I have to push DTs because volume go come to me so easy.
Yeah.
So like she said, though, that's why we know for sure you're gonna go emerald. You're saying as far as you going diamond this month. You at least want to be charted, is what I hear you say. But yeah, you got
Yes. One thing for sure, I won't be disappointed if I don't get diamond. You know what I'm saying? Put it that way.
Okay.
All right. So we're just gonna pray on diamond, but for sure emerald this month.
Yeah, I'm going for diamond. I'll get it. I'll try. We'll shake it.
No, Sabrina, I don't think she understood what you said, but we got you.
You got me, right?
Yeah,
I got you. Hang up. We're finna go into the house.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Crystal, you had raised your hand.
I think just
sorry. I'm Sorry, I had Jahira in the shower. I was just raising my hand for whoever was asking who's trying to promote this month, and I was just seeing that Ruby was my goal, and I was excited to see that I was able to chart for that. So now I'm just hoping to promote there, but also continue to keep running with it.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause I feel it like this is my season. I feel it coming. It's been too long. This is my season.
This is my
Claim it.
right. All
In his
right.
name.
So yeah, I think that we have went over everything. I'm excited because I really feel like doing this executive charting now, really starting to do these power hours instead of trainings, doing the party pad and meetups. So I think that was pretty much it. And for those that are definitely trying to promote, that is why everybody's on my team. I was gonna say, because I know Crystal, you got you got everybody on yours. So on Musa's team, because I think that's Brandon's on Monique's team too. So but yeah, so just text me and just let me know so we can definitely start. I can print out your charts and we can get you all rolling. So alrighty, y'all. Let's get this volume. Let's push this that contest, that Boom 100, so that people can get in the spirit of, oh, let me go get an LC. Let's push this June goal for sure, because it already has steps to success up there, and it'll let people think like self-development and more blitzing and talking to people and stuff like that. And so that's it. I didn't want to hold y'all too long. It has kind of been an hour or two, but we're good. Y'all ain't got nothing to do on a Friday night. Team No Life. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night, and just text me if you need me.
Bye. I'm take my hair down like you.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.